So when I say the word missions, what comes to your mind? Maybe something that's way, 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 way out there somewhere. But you know, in order to fulfill the Great Commission, it's going to take all of us, right? Do you remember when Jesus is talking to the disciples and he says, "Go to Jerusalem and wait"? Wait for what? The power of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit was poured out and the church began. Now, back up. Why? I just want you to think about this. Why did Jesus say wait? Anybody? Were they not prayed up enough? I want you to look at this map. So, Jesus was resurrected. 50 days after his resurrection was Pentecost. And all of these countries had to make their way to Jerusalem before the Feast of Pentecost could begin. Okay? So I believe that Jesus said, wait, to give all those people time to get to Jerusalem. So it was a logistical reason that Jesus told the disciples to wait in Jerusalem. See, Jesus is really smart because he wanted the church to be born at an international center where all the nations would come together. The Holy Spirit gets poured out, the church begins, and then they go back to their countries, and that helped the gospel spread all over the known world at that time. We're going to ask God to do something. We're going to ask God to choose the best and the brightest young people, let's say between the ages of 18 and 25, just for kicks. Then let's say something like 130 countries. Let's ask God to give us the best, the brightest young people from over 130 countries. And then, take it one step further, we're going to ask God to then transfer them to Lafayette, Indiana. Too good to be true, right? Let's make sure they understand English, and so that we can communicate to them. If you haven't noticed already, I get very excited when I talk about this. Make them lonely so they miss their families. Make them curious about Americans, hoping they would want to visit our homes and understand our traditions and our holidays. Now, I'll tell you what, if God could do something like that, shouldn't we all get involved with this miracle? Well, some of you have probably figured out, this is not a pipe dream. This is exactly what happens every August in Lafayette, Indiana. Go ahead, Jess. This place right here. Missions is not out there somewhere. Currently, Purdue University hosts people from over 130 nations of the world. Now, this next slide's kind of funny. Don't laugh at this, but I tried the AI Copilot, Microsoft's Copilot, and I entered a prompt that said, create a world map with flags for every country represented at Purdue University. And it AI generated this. Now, if you read that too closely, right? Like, they're not spelled right. Look at Japan, far right. It's a stop sign. So, Copilot's still got some work to do, but I just want you to glance at this map. Those are all the countries represented in our town. Okay? See, missions is not out there anymore. It's right here. God performs a miracle every August. And this is what it looks like. So, just as far as the numbers, so you can kind of get, this is the breakdown of all the different countries that are represented. One thing you realize about that is that a lot of these countries do not allow missionaries into them. But yet, their students are here. I get so excited when I see this because it is a perfect mission field. And it takes every church-going family, that's what I'm going to talk about later, every church-going family in Lafayette to get involved.